Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel with another VulnHub machine, which is Android. This machine is pretty much easy. Anyhow, I'd like to show you how to interact with mobile phone or Android phone. Before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. So then we can head over to Kali Linux VM to start. The first is to discover the IP address of the target machine or Android phone. So how to do? Let me use netdiscover. Sudo netdiscover. And this can discover IP address of the target machine which lives in the same network. Okay? 135. So what shall we do next? We need to perform port scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already completed in advance. So now we can get out its result. As you can see over here, I took the options like scene scan, the version scan, default script scan, followed by the full range port scan. The last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. Although the IP address of the target machine has been changed, as you know, this will not affect our demonstration. From the map scanning, we can tell the target machine has 1, 2, 3 open ports in total. Let's take a look at them one by one. The first open port 4 5s. However, a map cannot determine its exact surface. And the second open port 8080, the surface is HTTP or Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And also we can know that know its exact version information, PGP, CLI server. Okay, and the last one, 22,000, the surface is SSH or Secure Shell Surface. And this is the surface information, including its exact version number. So what shall we do next? I think we need to enumerate HTTP surface first, both manually and automatically. Let's fire up the browser to perform manual enumeration first. And we can put the IP address of the target machine into the address bar of the browser. Hit enter. Oh, proxy server is refusing collections. Don't worry, we can access one more time. Oh, good hackers. Means we drop here our backdoor for access. So this means there'll be some sort of backdoor. And we need to find out. If you are smart, then find the backdoor access and save your machine. We like a post things only. So maybe we need to use a post away or post method. Interesting. As usual, we need to check its source code, but nothing interesting at all here. Next, let me use the Q command to perform some more enumeration. We need to check whether robots file is available or not. So requested resource was not found. Next, let me launch Nicto to perform automatic enumeration. In the meantime, we can open new tab to perform directory enumeration with GoBuster. So GoBuster and specify target URL. And use double option to specify word list if you have already followed my channel, you know that in most cases, I will use this word list, directory, medium, and extension option, text, and back. So the server returns a status code that matches the provided option. Maybe we need to exclude the response length. So how to do? Let me use exclude length 461. So now GoBuster can start its enumeration as usual. Of course, GoBuster is one of options when we conduct directory enumeration. And in the meantime, we can go back to the first tab to see what we have already got by Nicto. Nicto can give us comprehensive information about the web application, such as exploit information if the web application is vulnerable, and also like allowed HTTP method, and some sort of directories and files. Unfortunately, in this case, nothing valuable can be found. Even no banner retrieved. Okay, which is fine. And also GoBuster. So why GoBuster can't find anything useful so far, which is fine. Let me break or stop Nicto. So what can we do next? Maybe it's time. In the meantime, we can enumerate other ports. For example, like 555. If you have already done Android machine, you know that this port is for debugging, and user can use this port to make a debugging, and to conduct such debugging or maintenance, we can use the tool ADB, or ADB Studio. This is when the machine is Android. We can use this tool ADB or Android Debug Bridge, and this can support different ways to connect to the phone, such as USB, such as network. Okay, so of course in this case we should use the port to connect to. And ADB package by default is not installed. In Linux, you need to install it manually. However, the installation itself is very, very easy. You can use Package Manager to install it. Okay, I've already done that before. So now we can try to use ADB to connect to the mobile phone. Okay, so how to do? We can use ADB and help to get its usage. For example, like the first important option should be connect. Which one? Which is which one? Yes, connect, followed by the host and column port, so we can connect to device via TCP IP. Default port number is 45. So now let's make a connection to the phone over this port ADB and connect. Okay, so daemon started successfully connected to the mobile phone, and you can check its status by different option, the devices. Okay, so this one is this phone has been attached successfully. In order to interact with mobile phone, we need to take another option, ADB shell. Okay, so now we have already been in the mobile phone. We can run ID, and as you know, the most important data should be in the data directory. Let's go to directory of data, and we can run ls. Permission denied. However, we can try to switch user to root. So switch root. No, because of a misconfiguration, the root user doesn't have any password. So we can switch to, or escalate to root user without any difficulty. So now I don't think it would be problem to access a data directory. Okay, and so now we can go to root directory to get the flag without problem. Okay, so this is the flag, and if you want to, of course, right now we cannot use this GUI of a mobile phone to access. We need to supply password or the digital password to access. And since we have already got access as root, we can easily bypass such password or screen password. How to do? Let me go back to Linux and go to a system, and you can delete the key of file. Okay, for example, this one and this one. And alternatively, we can, add extension like move gesture key back, and also we can password key back. So now what if we close or power off the Android mobile phone and restart it or reboot the mobile phone? And this time, we do not need to supply password to access this phone. Okay? Just I said at the very beginning, this CTF machine is very easy. However, I'd like to take this mission to showcase how to interact with Android phone with ADB utility or ADB to Android debugging bridge. Okay, so now we are waiting. Yes, you see, although the screen is very small, but you can see we have already been in the home screen. We do not need to input password. Okay, so I think although you can use alternative to the ADB, you can use Metasploit framework. From my point of view, ADB itself is very powerful. You can use it to interact with Android phone. With that being said, that's pretty much it. Of course, if you think this video is helpful for you, please consider making donations through my Patreon. You're greatly appreciated. Okay, see you in the next one. Bye.